What's going on, everybody? Austin Got Figs here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we do have yet another action figure review. And for today's action figure review, man, we do have the Gobbledy Gooker, man. This figure obviously is past its release date. By the way, we do have the egg that comes with it, but the reason why I got this, and I was kind of debating, do we review it, do we not? But the reason I want to review this, man, is maybe you're watching this and you're wondering, hey, what even is this figure? I didn't even know this released. Maybe I want to get it. Or maybe you just want to kind of collect figures from this era, and maybe you don't have it, so maybe you want to look into it. Or maybe you kind of saw this figure when it did release, but you know you didn't, but you kind of just ended up not really being able to get it. Whatever the case may be, that is what this video is for. But the only way to get this figure now is from either like a toy show like I did, a swap meet if possible, or obviously online on the aftermarket. But hey, before we get anywhere in any figure review, be sure to like, or just any video in general, but be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Go follow the socials. Links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Do all that helps me a ton. But now let's get you guys straight into today's action figure review. Alright, and we'll first start it off by taking a look at our packaging, and we will start it off over here with just the Gobbledy Gooker himself. So, obviously, the front, you're going to get your figure window, you're going to get his name up there, Ultimate Edition logo, Mattel logo, Ultimate Articulation, all that down there. Turn it to the side, it is going to say his name right there with the WWE Legends logo, Ultimate Edition logo. Going to the top, it's going to say Gooker right there. It's also going to have the Ultimate Edition logo up here, WWE Legends logo. On here, it's going to have a nice shot of the Gobbledy Gooker, going to have his name. On the back, you're going to have a nice shot of the figure with, I believe, Howard Finkel, which I do have one of his figures. It is a Build-A-Figure, but that's besides the point. You're going to get his name, going to get a description right here, going to get more of a description down here as well, so if you want to go ahead and pause and read that now, you can. You're also going to get a shot of where this figure is pretty much inspired from as well. But that is going to take us back to the front of the packaging. So now, let's look at the egg. And really, there's not much packaging here, man. It's really just pretty much, for the most part, a black box. But you are going to get, on this side, you're going to get a shot of the egg, where it's going to be cracked, kind of telling you all the parts. Survivor Series logo from 1990. Description and all that down there of kind of just the Mattel, you know, nobody really cares about all that. Survivor Series logo, again, from 1990. Going to get some question marks there. On the other side, it's just going to be strictly black, nothing there. And then here, it's also, again, 1990 Survivor Series logo, question marks, and that's pretty much it, man. But now, let's open these freaking boxes, man. Get these freaking figures unloaded.
Bad company, I can't deny.
Alright, so first, let's take a look at the egg that this is going to come with. Now, some may not come with this, but the one that I did get it, which, like I said, was at a toy show, it did come with this, but I don't think it is, I don't think it's confirmed that yours will come with this because you're most likely getting it on the aftermarket. But man, I just gotta say first, I did not expect this egg to be this big. For some reason, I was expecting, like, kind of like a tiny egg, man, like, yeah, I really wasn't expecting anything this big, but it is pretty damn big. So let's get into it, man. It's going to come in 3 pieces. You're going to get one half, you're going to get the other half, and then you're going to get the part at the top where the Gobbledy Gooker is going to pop out. So that is pretty cool. On the, you know, the main detail is kind of going to be obviously on the halves. So on the halves, you're going to kind of get this hay type of style here, which is going to be molded on there, and it looks very freaking cool. So, you know, it's kind of just yellow with that whiteness of the egg. There's the inside, and then here's the other one as well. Again, with the hay, it is going, like I said, going to be molded on there, so you can feel it. You can also see the imprint on the other, like on the inside of it as well, which is pretty cool. And then obviously the whiteness as well. Then here's the top. So when you put it together, obviously this is going to cover the whole thing. So let's actually assemble this. So this piece is going to connect obviously onto these. So this is what you do first. You're going to go ahead, take them. You're going to go ahead and pop them in there. So let's get them, try to pop them in here real quick. It honestly is very freaking easy. You just got to kind of be smart about it, or I mean, just don't be stupid when trying to build this. But it's very easy, man. Just let me go ahead and pop this in there real quick. Oh man, what am I doing? Okay, I'm actually being stupid about this. Okay, the one note to take: don't be stupid like me, man. Learn how to, or just know how to put this thing in. This is literally a very easy task, and I can't even get this freaking stuff in there. What am I doing? Hold on, we're gonna go ahead and pause this, and then I'm gonna struggle off camera. All right, there it is. We got it in together. It took, I literally, I pretty much turned off the camera, paused it, and then I pretty much got it in, man. So I just kind of needed to really lock in. But man, it should not take you as long as really it took me. I mean, even though it didn't really take me that long, you should really just be able to put it on very easily. And honestly, it really is very easy. And then, like I said, that's going to be the inside. They're all connected. You can see that hay is going to go all the way around. That's what the inside is looking like there. Nothing really too crazy. The main thing that's crazy about this is the fact that it's so freaking big. Like, it's genuinely bigger than I honestly thought, man. But hey, you're gonna put that top on there. That's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna get these little finger pieces so you can reach your finger on in there and slide it right off. It's not going to click on. It's trying to, but it is going to be, you know, it's gonna stay on there. I don't know if it's for that. Okay, I mean, I thought it was gonna kind of stay on there, and then maybe if you do that, it's not gonna fall off, but it is going to. But it's gonna be in there. It's gonna be cemented at least pretty damn well. But yeah, you know, it's an egg. We'll look at this more at the end when we put the gobbledygooker inside of it. But that's what you're going to get for the egg. Alright, so here are all the accessories that the gobbledygooker is going to be coming with, man. It's really nothing. He doesn't have too many accessories, you know. You're going to get some interchangeable hands, and then you're going to get one alternative head scan, and that's really pretty much it. So we'll start off over here with these hands. These are just your open hands. On the inside, they're going to have that kind of like black, so it's kind of like a glove, obviously, and then you're going to have like a black ring right there, but I think these look very cool. I mean, they're standard, but they just kind of remind me of like black and yellow gloves, which I think is a very great combo. Same with these. These are going to be your mic holding hands, but they're going to be that kind of like same style with that black and yellow, and like I said, just think it looks very awesome. On here, you're going to get a stripe, and then same with this one as well. So I think these are very cool in my opinion. Just nice color schemes on those. And then this head scan is pretty much obviously the same as the other head scan, except this one is going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be a lot thicker than the other one. In fact, we'll kind of take a look at the other one real quick. Let me just go ahead and pop it off, because obviously we don't want to look at the figure just yet. But yeah, I mean, you can see size difference. This one a lot smaller than it is this one. This one kind of more like a meme, like kind of like, you know, kind of just like memey, more comedic. This one kind of more like, I mean, I guess you could say serious, even though it still isn't really that serious. But, you know, I'll probably honestly be using this one just because it looks freaking hilarious. But yeah, you can really see there the size difference. So, obviously, it's going to look like the gobbledygooker. Obviously, the only thing that Mattel had to do is really just kind of like make a mask. So you're going to get that blue, the red, and then a red here, the yellow, the beak, and the yellow kind of like eyelids. And that's pretty much it. There was some bulging eyes as well. So pretty funny, pretty cool looking. But now, let's get into the actual gobbledygooker figure. Alright, so here is the gobbledygooker figure in all of its glory. So we will start it off over here with the head scan. We've already looked at it, but let's just see how the head rotation is going to work. So you can move it about that much before it obviously gets stiff and you necessarily can't move it anymore. Obviously going to be because of the, just because of the size amount of this head in general and just the feathers that surround him. Moving on down though, you are going to get these arms, which are going to have feathers. They're going to have that black and white, some blue feathers, and then obviously the brown with a little bit of like, kind of like greenish right here looking. And then you're also going to get some orange right there as well. But I mean, overall, lots of colors, lots of random colors, I would say. But yeah, you're going to get lots of colors there. As far as articulation, it's going to be a bit hard to articulate, but it looks like there, see, you can bend the elbow. You just kind of have to like necessarily grab it by the elbow itself. I mean, like kind of like right up in here in this area. You're going to have to grab it like that to be able to like bend it to some extent. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously not going to be the greatest articulation, but honestly, that's kind of like this whole figure, man. It's really just a meme figure. You're not going to be able to get too much articulation. Same with that one, though. You're going to get that little bit of elbow bend there too, which is pretty cool, pretty awesome. But that's pretty much as much as you're going to be able to bend the elbow area. As far as rotation on the arm, I mean, we don't want to pop it off just yet. We're going to save that for a little bit later until we showcase that. But it does obviously going to pop off because it is the Ultimate Edition. So we're going to go ahead and pop that back in there. But you're not going to get much arm rotation because if you do rotate it, it is obviously going to just pop off like we showed there. But that's obvious, like I said, because it is an Ultimate Edition. But moving on down, we're going to go to the ab crunch area. Again, you're going to get those feathers, the blue, the orange, the little bit of green, the black, the brown, all that, the white, you know, all those colorful feathers. Same with the back too, except you're not going to get any white here on the back. Going down, you're going to get some green area, but that's obviously below the ab crunch. So let's see. Let's check our articulation on this ab crunch. I mean, you're really not going to get much, man. You can go down pretty much nothing, literally nothing, go back about that much, and then I guess, yeah, I mean, you can go down about that much, but it really doesn't look like it's bending down. Go back about that much, though. And then now we're going to talk about the, about having these arms take off. So we're going to take off these arms, and we're going to show you what this figure can do. It is also going to require popping off the head scan. So we can literally take off this top right here. And this thing is just so freaking weird, man. I didn't even realize this until I was actually recording this video. And like, dude, that just looks absolutely freaking hilarious, man. I mean, that genuinely, I did not even know this figure was going to be able to do that, but that is actually freaking hilarious in my opinion, man. That is so freaking funny right there. Like, genuinely, that is like, dude, what are we doing, Mattel, bro? What was Mattel thinking when making this, man? This thing is absolutely freaking hilarious. I obviously won't be making it look like this. I will be keeping this on, but I'm just saying, if you want to take it off, you can. Maybe we'll be able to, you can kind of see the ab crunch there. So, I mean, if you take this off, you're obviously going to get better rotation. Full 360 right there. You can move it down about that much, and it's actually noticeable. Move it back about that much, and it's noticeable, you know? So, it's obviously you're going to get better articulation, and then I think here with the head, you're still going to be able to have the same movement. It's really not going to be able to move much still. I mean, you look up, yeah, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think that's very funny. We'll put this back on at the end, but moving on down, you're going to get the waist area. You're going to get, again, we've kind of seen those, the feathers, the green, the blue, the black, the brown, a little bit of white, maybe, no white here, but like I said, that green, black, orange, blue, and all that good stuff in the brown. Pretty cool. Moving on down, though, you are going to obviously get his legs as well, which are going to be red with kind of like white and black stripes, and then his feet are going to have those claws with the base being yellow, the sole being obviously black, and then that's pretty much it. But I think this is also really cool on these feet because there is the claw, but it's also molded onto an actual shoe, which I think is pretty freaking cool as well. I think that's a nice little touch on Mattel's part. I mean, honestly, it's really not noticeable. I mean, to me, I didn't even notice that until literally just now, but I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, very nice there. We're going to check our lower half articulation there, so we'll check our knees here. So you're going to be able to bend, let's see here, about that much, because obviously you are going to get like a little bit of a split right here that allows the legs to push through on the thing. But I don't think these legs are stiff at all. I think it's just you're going to really struggle mostly with maybe trying to get it through this little flap area here. It's even then, it's still not hard to do that. It's just maybe that's where you're going to struggle the most. But as far as articulation, I think those are pretty freaking, they're not stiff at all. And kicking them out is not stiff at all either. I think it has great leg articulation in those aspects. We're also going to check the other way. Let's fix those feet there, man. Those feet are absolutely freaking hilarious. Going back, you can bend them about that much. Again, not going to be stiff. And once again, they're going to have like these little like flap areas that you'll be able to kind of, you'll be able to get those legs through. That's kind of what their purpose is, of course. So we're going to bend them back to the normal position. We're going to go on down to those shoes. Actually, we'll check out like a split position too. So you can do the splits about that much. So this figure actually has better leg articulation than I thought, man. And just better articulation than I thought in general, man. I thought this figure was kind of just going to be stiff because of all like the feathers and all that. Just like the fact that it's more comedic than anything. But it actually has some solid articulation. Obviously not the best, but it does have some, it definitely outblew my standards for sure. Then obviously these feet, full 360 rotation there. And why does it look like you can take these offs almost? I mean, maybe you can if you tried hard enough. I obviously won't be doing that, but that's actually very freaking funny. Like they're like the shoes are just like way bigger than his legs, and I think that's freaking hilarious there. But yeah, very freaking very comedic there. And yeah, I mean that's really it for the articulation there, man. So now let's put all the accessories back on this figure, get it in the egg, and get a final good look and rating on the Gobbledygooker himself. Alright, man, so here is the final look of this Gobbledygooker Ultimate Edition action figure, man. Like I said, this thing is meant to be comedic. It's really not meant for the articulation. It's meant for the look, the comedic aspect of it, and just the overall, funness of the figure, man. It's really not going to be, like I said, like I keep saying, for that articulation. But, hey, my rating in general for this figure, I think it's awesome. I think it actually outblew my standards as far as articulation goes, but still, it's not going to have the best articulation as any other Ultimate or just any other figure in general. But hey, I think this figure's awesome. I think it's definitely worth the pickup, but I mean, it's really up to you. Do you really want a figure that's comedic in your collection, or are you looking for something that's more articulated and has better articulation? It's all up to you. If you want something that looks cool and is comedic, get this. If you don't, then, and if you're looking for something that's well articulated, maybe don't get this. It's really up to you, man. But hey, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will get back to you. And as always, before we get out of here, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Go follow the socials. Links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Do all that. Helps me a ton, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Gobbledygook!